Hey, how you doing, man?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, really good. I'm at work right now, just like driving, so I'm about to make a stop.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm just going to turn you up a little bit here. All right.
Oh, okay.
AJ, what's your question, bro?
So it was like I told your friend right now, it was a question and kind of like not really disagreement about the five torches that you said could be dragonflights, which,
Yeah.
but I think could be like Blizzard just pushing it like, oh, right now we have the new five torches. They kind of seems completely disconnected to me from the five torches and Il'gyanath and Whispers and All Gods.
Okay.
From to be. But when I wanted to ask about the five keys, when the Il'gyanath says five torches and five keys, basically those are like 10 things. You can't. Key is a complete different thing. One is a lighting away. One is unlocking the stuff. So.
Yeah.
What I think the five keys, what I was thinking, the five keys might be the covenants, the covenants like, oh man, I completely forget the name. They have those there sigil stones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those could be five keys because the fifth key was literally Jailer's like shit that they took like from the Orbus, like from his chest,
Yeah.
and he got the way then to the Zereth Mortis, but. For I don't see the connection then between the old gods and Jailer at all, because they basically if he says that they were serving the same master, I don't think the Jailer is their master because Jailer is mostly Legion. He's connected to Legion more than he's connected to the old gods.
Yeah. But this is the thing. You're reading it as 10 things when in reality Xal'atath gives us a little bit more information, right? So Il'gyanath says that 5 keys to open the way, 5 torches to light the path, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Xal'atath then says 5 lanterns now darkened, the flame they seek will open the master's way, right? That second whisper gives us the answer to the first. The keys and the lanterns are exactly the same thing because the key unlocks the lantern so that you can actually light the way. The key is what is being searched for. Without the key, you can't unlock the lantern, you can't light the way. It's the same thing. It's not like they're looking for 10 things. They're looking for only 5 keys. They're looking for power. The Dragonflights make more sense there than the Covenants because exactly, as you said, there's no connection. Well, there is technically a connection between Zuvul, but this is where we get into like massive 5-head territory. But okay, bear with me. There is technically a connection between Zuvul and the Void Lords. Zuvul sends the Nathrazim to Sargeras. The Nathrazim tells Sargeras about the Void and how terribly dangerous the Void is and how he should really be afraid of the Void. And if he wants to stop the Void, he should destroy all life in the universe, right? That's sort of the gist of it. This plays into Zuvul's favor because with every soul that is sacrificed, those souls end up in the Shadowlands, and that is potential fuel for the fire that Zuvul will use to dominate the universe. But if Zuvul really wanted to, the problem is Zuvul could warn Sargeras of anything. The problem is, what will Sargeras believe? So let's say Zuvul sent his Nathrazim and they warned Sargeras against Order. Sargeras isn't likely to believe that because he is off the realms of Order, his own brothers and sisters is off the realm of Order. He's not going to believe that they are a threat to the galaxy. If he warned Sargeras about the Foul, Sargeras isn't really going to believe that. He's been fighting the demons. He knows that the demons really is a minor threat, right? Like he kills demons for fun. So Zuvul needs to find an enemy that is so obscure but so scary that it changes Sargeras' mind. So Zuvul decides to use his own force as the enemy because ultimately it doesn't matter why Sargeras kills all the beings in the universe, as long as he kills all the beings in the universe. But this is where we get into some very convoluted five-head sort of, yes, I serve Void, but I'm going to tell you that Void is the ultimate enemy so that you destroy everything, and then the ultimate enemy is going to win because you destroyed everything. It sort of gets into this, like, firstly, how the fuck did Zuval become an agent of the Void when he has nothing to do with Void, right?
It goes in a circle, kind of like.
Yeah, because now, okay, we've dealt with the whole he could have served Void, but now we get to the does he serve Void? And it's like, he wasn't created by the Void. He was the Arbiter before he fell. He was created by the Zereth realms, which means he's the same as the Eternal Ones. None of the other Eternal Ones serves Void. So why would he serve Void? He clearly doesn't serve Void. So again, we get to this, he doesn't serve Void. So the from what I can tell, the keys fit better when you look at the Dragonflights. Because the Dragonflights have been looking for their power for a long time. Their torches have been darkened. We know this because it's true. At the end of Cataclysm, their torches go out. They are dark. They're no longer the aspects. The aspects were clearly created for some kind of greater power, and it's clear that the Void had a very big interest in the Dragonflights because the Void firstly corrupts one of the Dragonflights, then sets this dragon to find a way to subjugate and control all of the other, because that, by the way, is what the demon soul was meant to be. The demon soul was created to control all of the dragon aspects. That's the reason the demon soul was created, or the dragon soul was created, was to exert control over the other dragonflights. And this was done under the tutelage of the Void, of the old gods. So the old gods have a rich history of sort of interfering with the dragons. They really like the dragons, and they clearly think the dragons are important. The dragons are now searching for a flame to reignite their torches, their power, and that flame is said to be the thing that ushers in the Master's return to Azeroth. It just makes sense more, but I can see how you can listen to that and go, Accolonn, I'm still not convinced. And you know what? I agree with you. I don't have a convincing answer.
So for me, the one thing is, like, when it comes to dragon aspects, first time when a dragon soul and that thing, like, I'd say tricked them over, to give a part of their power basically to dragon soul so they can, like, fight a Galakron.
Yeah.
And he run away. So, and the next time they still had the power, even in a cataclysm, enough power, to go through the time to retrieve back to Dragon Soul and infuse it with the power. Just back then, Thrall has to be the Earthbinder over there, basically, aspect of the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, I'm still not convinced that they gave all of their power.
No, they didn't.
Because, so in order, like, the only thing, like, even I was telling, like, it was a couple months ago, we had a discussion, and it was something brought up about Deathwing, when I said, Deathwing, I think Deathwing was a speculation about Rathian and Deathwing, why connection with N'Zoth and stuff, when I said in the comments, and you read it, when the Deathwing, like, willingly gave himself up just to gain more power. It seemed like Vegeta gave up in a Dragon Ball Z, to the control of the small wizard, just so he can unleash his full potential, and he admits, I wanted to do that. So that's why I think, the Death Thing as well did, I'm gonna be controlled. So, but as well, it's kind of like a vague, just a discussion saying like something like that. But I'm still like, he was powerful as it is, Death Thing, but he still wanted more power, to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, so you said something there about Dragon Ball Z. I have no fucking clue what that means.
Yeah, it was just something
I don't.
like,
I just mean, when it comes to anime, you could have said anything, and I'm just going, okay, I've never watched it, but
it was
I will
basically
say,
same here. He gave up himself to get more power under mind control, just to get more power, so he could unleash full potential.
I would argue that's not what Deathwing did. I can see how you would think that, but Deathwing didn't willingly follow the old gods. The old gods were incredibly smart, and they worked very slowly on Deathwing. The thing that allowed Deathwing to ultimately fall was his connection to Azeroth. As the old gods kept corrupting Azeroth, and their corruption kept spreading deeper and deeper into Azeroth, Deathwing, because he is part of Azeroth. In fact, when Deathwing is finally made the aspect, it comes with a curse, right? He does have all the power of Azeroth, but he also feels the weight of every single stone of Azeroth pressing down on him, right? He feels all of it. And that power ultimately also starts ripping him apart eventually. So the fact is, Deathwing's connection to Azeroth is the conduit for his fall. It's the thing that leads to his ultimate destruction. It wasn't so much that he was looking for power. He only started looking for power once he became corrupted. Because at this point, it is now the old gods that need him to be powerful enough that he can defeat all of the enemies of the old gods and usher in the Hour of Twilight, the coming of the Masters. And I argue he did that. When the dragon aspects sacrificed their power to stop him, Deathwing truly did usher in the Hour of Twilight. That was his job. We see this, right? When you look at the Endtime dungeon, Deathwing lies dead atop the Wormray Spire. Right? You see Deathwing's body on top of the spire, and a lot of people sort of missed that entirely because they said, yeah, but that's not where he died. But that's not what it means. It's symbolic. Deathwing's body lying dead atop Wormray Spire shows you his death also kills the Dragonflights. That's why he's dead upon the spire. Because his death, sure, but with him, he took all of the Dragonflights. Their power is gone. They are no longer the dragon aspects. So I think he already did that. He brought with him the Hour of Twilight, and that's why the whisper is the flame they seek will open the Master's way, because the flame they seek now to re-establish themselves as the aspects, that flame is corrupted. So when they become the aspects again, they will actually become the aspects of the old gods, and they will usher in the Master's return to Azeroth. This is, of course, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, because we don't know, really. Sorry, you wanted to say, AJ?
Nothing. I'm just waiting for you to finish.
All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to that, or...?
No, not really. It was just about the keys, I think we already saw the Boy King serving at the Master Stable, so that's already cleared out. I was just like, for me personally, it doesn't kind of like make sense, a little bit of connection between the Old Gods and Zual too much.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can go the longer way and you'll find a little bit there connection that you can make up. Mm-hmm. Especially now since the Dragonflight is coming, Blizzard is kind of like wants to push those 5 keys to be the dragon aspects. They want to do that as well. Like even they're gonna bring back Ysera.
Yeah.
From the Land of Death. Just and kind of like that. It's not that pisses me off. It's kind of like, why do you do that? Give me a real answer. What did you first had in mind with those? Like, I know they go 2 to 4 years. I think they already like a story for the next 2 expansion. I think.
Yeah.
Once you said that, so they already have a little bit in a plan. But for me, that even like I said, we will see. If it's true, it's still gonna be weak to me. If they say, okay, those are the 5 keys that we were looking for, instead of there's 5, basically 4 old gods, including Zalathav, which you can count as a 5th one.
Yeah.
There's 5 covenants keys. There's 5 realms in Shadowlands. Actually, basically that I could 4 realms plus Oribos. Or 4 on Maw.
Yeah.
And
No, there's
kind
definitely
of
a lot,
interesting. Yeah,
but that's sort of the problem, right? There's
yeah,
so many things that it could potentially be, that it could be all of them at the same time, because there is a realm in which the keys was the covenant. So let me lay this out for you. The keys to open the way is the sigils of the covenants. The reason this had to happen is the old gods needed Zuval dead. As long as Zuval is alive, the Void Lords can never return, because Zuval would ultimately stop them. They needed Zuval dead. That's exactly what we did. We opened the way, the keys opened the way, and we killed Zuval. This now opens the way for the Masters. The torches that is darkened, that seeks a flame, that is the dragon aspect. The dragon aspect reclaiming that flame now brings about the Masters' return, which is now the Void Lords. The Void Lords can return because Zuval has been taken out, and Zuval was the ultimate obstacle in their way, and this finishes almost 3 expansions of losses for us. So over the last 3 expansions, every single thing we've done was to the benefit of the old gods. We lost all of these expansions, we just didn't know it. We thought that we had won, but obviously we didn't. So there's also that story, right, that could
yeah.
potentially happen. So it's
I mean,
gonna...
the more powerful.
Sorry,
Go
yeah?
ahead.
No, go.
Yeah, like if when you say 5 torches, for me it makes more sense some that has a connection with Titans, because they're the ones who created the dragon aspects, gave them the power after that. Titans, if I'm correct.
Did they,
For
though?
me, and they were actually they fight as well against the old guys mostly, and Void Titans, and
Yeah.
now the 5 keys are all against the Void and Warlords. Dragonflights, I think they were product when they defeated Galakron as a proto-drakes, the Titans saw the potential in them and gave them the power so they can be the aspects, and so they can go chill in the planet and they can, watch over it.
Yeah. That's the official story. I don't know if I believe that story, but that is the official story.
It's
So
changing it non-stop.
yeah, we'll see, right?
Yeah,
Anyways, AJ, I appreciate the question, bro. And the
thanks for the
discussion.
answers, man.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it. Take care of yourself, bro.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Peace, bro.